your dad, because you talked about earlier, he beat cancer.
Yep.
And then he ran the Boston Marathon after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my dad basically, he got into running again. Like, he was in really good shape, and then he had 3 boys.
Yeah.
That was, highly active and into everything. So, he's put on, I think it was like 20 to 30 pounds. So, but when we all left, when he was 52, his dad died when he was 52 from an heart attack. So he was like, oh man, like, I gotta put my my life together and get healthy again. So he basically started to train with me where I used to work, and then put him like a little running program, and he could barely run 15 minutes. And then 3 months later, he ran his first marathon at 55 years old, and he ran a sub 4 marathon.
Awesome.
Which he was 55, so it's pretty good time for his first marathon. Yeah. So we did it together, the Ottawa Marathon, and then basically the year after that, we did the 5K at the Ottawa race weekend. So exactly a year. And he could barely run 5K. And I'm like, Dad, man, like, there's something wrong. Like, you were running a marathon quicker than your 5K. Like, you got to, go see the doctors and figure out what's going on. And then, he pushed and pushed. And basically 2 to 3 months later, he was diagnosed with blood cancer. No, it's all good. Like, it was pretty severe, but running saved him basically, because he was so in tune with his body. Instead of being like your typical 50-year-old man saying, I'm getting old, I'm getting fatigued. Like, my dad was like, no, like, this is not normal, right? Because I was running a marathon last year and now I can barely run 5K. They found his cancer just in time. So it was treatable.
Yeah. So
he went like about 6 months of, treatment, chemotherapy and all that kind of stuff. And then it was kind of like he was on the comeback. So trained him for another three years, I would say.
Yeah.
And he ran the Ottawa Marathon again. So that was his second marathon. And it's like, for him, it was just a way to prove, like, even if I had cancer, like a pretty severe blood cancer, like, I'm going to prove to myself I'm even stronger. And he ran a personal best. So he's beat his previous time before cancer, and he was a bit older as well. So for him, that was remarkable. So he ran his Boston qualifier on his second ever marathon, and that was his comeback marathon as well. So he did Boston this year.
Good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah, so pretty cool story, and like, he's an inspiration for me, because it just goes to show, like, even if you go to rock bottom, you're able to come back even stronger.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of like my dad and little story, which is pretty sweet.